Now, we will again discuss the second part of video lesson of human capital formation, that is relationship between human capital and economic growth. Economic growth means increase in real national income of a country. Investment in human capital contribute to economic growth. Naturally, the contribution of educated person to economic growth is more than that of an illiterate person. The education provides knowledge to understand change in society, thus facilitate invention and innovation. Healthy person could provide uninterrupted labor supply for a longer period of time, then health is also an important factor of economic growth. Thus, education and health, along with many other factors like on the job training, job market information, and migration, increase the individual income generating capacity, thus enhance productivity of human being, contribute to economic growth. So it is very clear that there is a positive relationship between human capital and economic growth. So by making expenditure on human capital formation indicators of development in education and health sector has changed positively. These are the selected indicators of the development in human capital formation in respect with education and health sector. Real per capita income. It was 7,651 in 1951, has increased to 77,803 in 2015-16. Crude death rate per thousand population has decreased from 25.1 in 1951 to 6.5 in 2015-16. Infant mortality rate has decreased from 146 in 1951 to 2000 to 34 in 2015-16. Life expectancy at birth year male has increased from 37.2 in 1951 to 67 in 2015-16. Life expectancy at birth year female has increased from 36.2 in 1951 to 70 in 2015-16. Literacy rate has increased from 16.67 in 1951 to 76 in 2015-16. There are two independent reports of Indian economy of Deutsche German Bank and World Bank in recent time have identified that India would grow faster due to its strength in human capital formation. So the role of the human capital formation for the development of economy is very important. Deutsche German Bank, in its report on Global Growth Center, identified that India will emerge as one among four major growth centers in the world by year 2020. World Bank, in its report India and the Knowledge Economy, leveraging its strengths and opportunity, states that India should make a transition to the knowledge economy, and if its use its knowledge as much as Ireland does, then per capita income of India will increase from a little over 1,000 US dollar in 2000 to to 3,000 US dollar in 2020. It points out the fact that further human capital in India will move its economy to the higher growth trajectory. For the development of the human capital formation, our government at central, state and local level are making investment in large scale so that education and health services could penetrate free of cost to the deserving citizen and those from socially oppressed class to fulfill the objective of attaining 100% literacy. The growth of various education sector in India. In India, the ministries of education at the union, state level, Department of Education and various uh, organizations like NCERT, UGC, AICT facilitate the institution which under the education sector. Similarly, the Ministry of Health at union and state level, Department of Health and various organizations like ICMR facilitate institutions which come under the health sector. And here it is important to note that the full form of UGC, NCERT, ICMR and AICT is very important for examination point of view. Now, the growth in government expenditure on education in India. During 1952 to 2014, education expenditure as percentage of total government expenditure increased from 0.64 to 4.13. In 2009, the Government of India enacted the Right to Education Act to make free education a fundamental right to all children the age group of 6 to 14 years. The Government of India has also started levying 2% education cess on all union taxes. The revenue from education cess will be spent on elementary education. Now, these are the indicators relating to education achievement in India. Adult literacy rate of people aged 15 plus of male has increased from 61.9% in 1990 to 81% in 2015. Adult literacy rate of female has increased from 37.9% in 1990 to 63% in 2015. Primary education completion rate male 78% in 1990 and 94% in 2015. Primary education completion rate of female has increased from 61% in 1990 to 99% in 2015. Youth literacy rate of people aged 15 to 24 of male has increased from 76.6% in 1990 and 92% in 2015. Youth literacy rate of people of aged 15 to 24 female has increased from 54.2% to 87% in 2015. Regional difference in educational attainment. In 2014-15, The per capita public expenditure on elementary education differ across state and region from as high as rupees 34,651 in Himachal Pradesh to as low as 4,088 in Bihar. This is due to the economic, political as well as सोशल रीजन। यहाँ पर हम ये देखते हैं कि शिक्षा पर होने वाला खर्च में स्टेट वाइज भी डिफरेंस है। सबसे ज़्यादा खर्चा हिमाचल प्रदेश सरकार शिक्षा पर करती है और सबसे कम बिहार। तो इसीलिए एजुकेशनल अटेनमेंट स्टेटस में भी अंतर होता है। द तापस मजूमदार कमेटी, द तापस कमेटी appointed by the government of India in 1998 estimated an expenditure around rupees 1.37 lakh crore over 10 years to bring all the Indian children in the age group of 6 to 14 years under the purview of school education. Inadequacy of expenditure on education. About 50 years ago, the Education Commission in 1964-66 had recommended that at least 6% of GDP be spent on education so as to make a noticeable rate of growth in educational achievement. Compared to this disordered level of education expenditure, the current level of little over 4% has been quite inadequate. In principal goal of 6% needs to be reached. This has been accepted as a must for the coming year. तो हम यहाँ पर ये देखते हैं कि हमारी सरकार शिक्षा और स्वास्थ्य पर काफ़ी कुछ खर्च कर रही है, लेकिन अभी भी जो खर्च है वो डिजायर्ड लेवल से कम है। आज से 50 साल पहले जो एजुकेशन कमीशन बना था उसने ये रेकमेंड किया था कि देश को अपनी जीडीपी का 6% भाग शिक्षा पर खर्च करना चाहिए, जबकि अभी भी 50 साल बाद भी हम उस स्तर पर नहीं पहुंचे हैं। अतः हमें इस ओर ध्यान देने की बहुत ज़रूरत है, तभी शिक्षा के स्तर में सुधार हो सकता है। Now these are the future prospect of education. Education for all is still a distant dream, though literacy rate for both adult as well as youth have increased. Still, the absolute number of illiterate in India is as much as India's population was at the time of इंडिपेंडेंस. इट इज़ अ वेरी अलार्मिंग सिचुएशन कि हमारे सरकार के द्वारा शिक्षा पर इतना खर्च करने पर भी सभी को शिक्षित करने पर ध्यान दिया जा रहा है और एजुकेशन फॉर ऑल और डिफरेंट टाइप के प्रोजेक्ट चलाए जा रहे हैं। इससे जो लिटरेसी रेट में तो वृद्धि हुई है, लेकिन अभी भी भारत में जो इलिटरेट की संख्या उतनी है जितनी स्वतंत्रता के समय थी। तो इस पर सुधार करने की बहुत ज़रूरत है। जेंडर इक्वलिटी बेटर देन बिफोर. द डिफरेंस इन literacy rate between male and female are narrowing, signifying a positive development in gender equity. Still, the need to promote education for women in India is eminent for various reasons, such as improving economic interdependence and social status of women to save them from exploitation. Women education makes a favorable impact on fertility rate and health care of women and children. ये बहुत अच्छा साइन है कि महिलाओं और पुरुषों में जो लिंग भेद की समस्या है वो कम हो रही है और लेकिन इस पर और एक बात जोड़ने की ज़रूरत है कि महिलाओं की शिक्षा पर ध्यान देने की विशेष ज़रूरत है, क्योंकि महिलाओं की शिक्षा पर यदि ध्यान दिया जाएगा, वो आत्मनिर्भर बनेंगी तो उनको शोषण से बचाया जा सकता है और उनका और उनके बच्चों के स्वास्थ्य पर भी अच्छा प्रभाव पड़ेगा। और ये कहा जाता है कि एक पुरुष के शिक्षित होने से केवल एक व्यक्ति शिक्षित होता है और एक महिला के शिक्षित होने से एक पूरा परिवार शिक्षित होता है। अतः महिलाओं की शिक्षा पर विशेष ध्यान देने की जरूरत है। नाउ द कंक्लूजन। The economic and social benefits of human capital formation and human development are well known. The Union and state government of India have been earmarking substantial financial outlay for the development of education and health sector. The spread of the education and health service across different sectors of the society should be ensured as to simultaneously attain economic growth and equity. India has a rich stock of scientific manpower in the world. The need of the hour is to better it qualitatively and provide such conditions so that they are utilized in our own country. तो वास्तव में हमें अपनी जो मैन पावर है, जो श्रम शक्ति है, उसको क्वालिटेटिवली बेटर करने की ज़रूरत है। जैसा कि हमारे प्रधानमंत्री ने कहा भी है कि लोकल को वोकल बनाओ और ग्लोबल बनाओ। नाउ आफ्टर डिस्कसिंग ऑल दीज कंसेप्ट वी फर्दर मूव टुवर्ड्स असाइनमेंट। देयर आर so many questions. Check your knowledge and answer it. The first question is, the Educational Commission has recommended that at least -% of GDP be spent on education so as to make a noticeable rate of growth in educational achievement. The answer is 6%. In which year India enacted the Right to Education Act? Answer is 2009. The Government of India is levying -% of education cess on all the union taxes for spending on elementary education. Answer is 2%. Why do we observe regional difference in educational attainment in India? We observe regional difference in educational attainment in India because per capita public expenditure on education differ considerably across different states. When was the Tapas Mazumdar Committee constituted? Tapas Mazumdar Committee was constituted in 1998. What are the future prospects of education? First point is education for all is still a distant, gender equity better than before, higher education a few takers. और इस प्रश्न का उत्तर जो स्लाइड है उसमें काफ़ी अच्छे से एक्सप्लेन किया गया है, उसको देखकर आप उसको विस्तार से लिखिए। नेक्स्ट, व्हाट आर द सोर्सेज ऑफ द ह्यूमन कैपिटल फॉर्मेशन? The sources of human capital formation are expenditure on education, expenditure on health, expenditure on the job training, expenditure on the migration, and expenditure on the information. Next question and last question, examine the role of education in economic development of a nation. The role of education in economic development of a nation is very significant because it confers higher earning capacity, it gives us better social understanding and pride, it provides knowledge to understand the change taking place in the society, it stimulates innovation and availability of adoption of new technology. Now it is your time. Revise all these concepts. Stay home and stay safe. Thank you.